outside of our house right now, and it has just rained a few times in the last week, and there's really no drainage system here, and so what you start to find is a lot of mud and water all over the place. But my real reason for grabbing the video camera is not for that. It's to show you what a wedding setup looks like. One of our neighbors is having a, we think it's a wedding, which is Iris in Arabic. But it could be a different party too. Party in Arabic is hafla. But we think it is Iris. And so when they have one of these before the actual wedding is maybe what we would call the reception. And they usually block up a whole street like this with curtains, and then they set up inside tables. And so you can see all the way down the street here, tables and chairs, carpets going into. So, لصمته. شكرا. تمام الحمد لله. كيف؟ تمام الحمد لله. Okay, so I'm continuing to show a little bit of the Iros. The man I just met, he spent 5 years in Great Britain. He kept asking me, why do you want to speak Arabic? Even though he kept wanting to speak English all the time, which sometimes happens here. So they are setting up for the wedding here, and you can see there will be lots of people. They will have music and food. And eventually this will all be covered up by all these kind of curtain walls here. So I imagine that we might go and visit for a little bit, although both Sonia and I have commitments tonight, so I don't know how long we will spend here if we do. But it gives you a little bit of an idea. And then after this reception, then they will have a place rented out for the actual wedding. And not everyone that goes here will go to the wedding. Like quite a few times Sonia and I have gone to something like this, and then she'll be the only one that goes to the wedding. But you can find weddings all over the place, and you can pretty much just walk into them yourself. You don't even need to have an invitation to some extent. They'll throw out food, and they love to celebrate, and they love weddings. So it gives you a little bit of an idea. You can see also that they've laid down a lot of this new dirt here, because basically yesterday, and it would be so today, this was a big mud hole with lots of water, and so they had to come with a bunch of lorries or trucks filled with this sand and lay it down. So they did a pretty good job though. Alright, I'm finished here before someone comes and asks me what I'm doing. Here's my beautiful wife. She's going into rest, she just said. Hey, you want to go to the wedding tonight? Or not the wedding, the party? Yeah. The boys said it starts around Saat Tamanya. So, okay. We go together maybe? We'll put the kids to bed. Alright, in the continued diary of the flooding, I don't know if you can see this, it's hard for me to see on my screen. But basically, with all the water, we get this mold. There's a green mold all over, and this is what our yard kind of looks like. It actually looks a lot better this afternoon. It hasn't rained for a couple days now, but this whole back portion back here was all like a lake. It all had water. Now it's just got some puddles and it's really soft. So I'm not stepping over there because it's gonna be all muddy. And but the really good thing is this is really good for our lemon trees. And also the grass in front is now really green. So that's the upside of the whole situation. But I have a little get-together this afternoon with some other men. And then we are going to go to a little hafla, a little party tonight. And celebrate a marriage that we have no clue. Well, actually, we know the family, but apparently it's a cousin of Ali, and we know Ali pretty good. He's I've talked with him quite a few times, and Sonia's actually visited the house who is having the wedding, but this is what our grass looks like right now. So it's pretty nice. Gamboni needs to take a serious... Gamboni is our gardener and ironer and pretty much friend. He hasn't been here for the last couple days because of all the rain, matara, his house collapsed, which can happen when it's made out of mud and bricks. So we told him, don't bother coming, just feel free to stay at your house and do what you need to do. And but because of that, our grass is really long here. So maybe I'll have get a goat, have it start grazing in our lawn. So, all right, time to take a break. Okay, in the background you can hear the lovely call to prayer, which around our fundamental mosque turns into a whole sermon. We are doubly blessed. But I figured I would come up to the roof here to show you a little bit closer what the finished hafla looks like. So, if you look down here on our street, doesn't that look like fun? That large amount of noise you hear in the background is a generator, which, judging by all the lights, you can tell it needs about a 6-ton generator to run this show. 6-ton generator, I don't even know what I'm talking about. Sounded good though. Sonia was a bit tired, so we elected to sit this one out. You can see that if I don't put my jalabi on, I look pretty left out here. As you can tell, almost everyone wears the same clothing. But it's a festive occasion, good food usually, and plenty of sodas to drink, and sit down and work on some Arabic, and it's a fun time. We've gone to a couple so far and we really enjoy it. But this is the first one on our street. So that's a little bit of an inside look what it looks like. I think that it's actually our neighbors 2 houses down, because their house is also decorated, you can see. I actually live in a house I think that's bigger than the one that we're in, which is hard for me to believe, but Sonia's been over there I think 2 or 3 times to visit them. So, and apparently it's a cousin of the family that lives in that house. So this is often kind of what happens, is if you have someone in your family or friend that you know, has a location that they can spring something like this, then they'll host the hafla reception party, part of the wedding. This wedding actually, normally what happens is you have this reception, and then later, after the reception, you go somewhere, and at about 10 or 11 o'clock, they actually have the wedding ceremony, and then there's dancing and different stuff like that. I've never been to one of those yet. Sonia has twice. She likes to dance. She's kind of a party animal. But this one is a little bit different in the fact that it's actually started pretty late. Usually they start around 5. This one started at about, I think about 7 or 8 o'clock, just about a half hour ago maybe. So people are still pulling in. You can see out here, no real organization. Let's just park in the middle of the street. And so cars are all over the place out here and parked up and down the street. Hope you're not one of these first cars here, because you're blocked in. But this one actually started just about a half hour to an hour ago, and then the wedding is actually tomorrow. So just the hafla, the party tonight. So they're settling down, eating some dinner, having conversations at the table. Looks like a fun time. There's a guy without a jalabia. So that gives you a little bit of an inside look to a Sudanese wedding. Ooh, this one has like a TV or something. Fortunately, there's nothing on there except for a rainbow. Oh, that guy's drinking a lot of sodas. Maybe there's more people at his table. Alright, halas, the end.